Hello, everybody. Welcome and welcome to another session of Life in Haiti. Bienvenue on l'autre episode de Life in Haiti. So today, you all, I want to share something personal. I want to share a testimony of mine, okay? I know that many of my viewers reach out to me and tell me powerful stories, especially this week. And I want to share a little bit of myself, a little bit more about myself with the world so that everyone would know, start getting to know me a little bit better. To begin with, you all, a lot of times when we are seeking God and we're wanting to have a solid relationship with God, we must have an experience with God. I will share an experience with you all that I had with God. Growing up in Haiti, you all, for my younger years, I never believed in God. Lem te commencé lever en Haiti, depuis m'pat moun qui te croit dans bon Dieu comme ça. Pour qui ça m'pas tellement croit dans bon Dieu comme ça parce que j'étais toujours malade, j'étais ouais pour compte moi, m'pas lever à maman et puis me dit pas de bon Dieu. So you all, I never really believed in God growing up. I never felt like there could have been a God because I grew up in Haiti. I grew up alone, and I was raised by two men, which was my grandfather and my father. And growing up, I was a very, very sick kid. That is why my heart goes out to children that are sick in Haiti. In addition to that, I would watch other people with their mother, and I didn't have a mother figure in my life. To share something with you all, I was very sick as a kid, and I kind of stayed behind, not letting people really pretty much see me. One day, you all, I don't know where my father came from, and this particular day, si nous connaît un pile moun connaît shine ici, les shine yo vin popte soulier. And it was a shoe shiner, or you could say a boot black person, okay, that came over to our house to come and clean my dad's shoes. And when that person came, just so happened that day, you all, I went out to ask my dad something, and that man saw me. And when he saw me, he instantly asked my dad if I was his child. And my dad said yes. He never knew that my dad had a child, but from the looks of it, he said that that is a sick child, you know, that somebody put something on her. And my dad, looking at him confused, clueless, said he didn't understand why did that happen. We all know the history behind Haiti, and somebody had actually done something to me, okay, in this country as a kid. Well, my dad, I guess, I asked the question, I leave. My dad continued to talk to the dude. Papa me continue parler avec Shine lan. Et puis Shine lan dit, papa me lèl wèm, li wèm son ti moun ki malade, ke ou moun met ton bagay sou mwen. Et puis, semble mwen mbwe toune, et puis papa me dit comme ça que il parle à Shine lan. Et puis lèl parle à Shine lan, il laisse à Shine lan dit un bagay ki sou mwen, s'il pa retire li ka perdi. But a blue black person shared with my dad that there was something put on me, and that had he not done something, that he could possibly lose me. But my dad said, you know what, I am a Christian. I don't believe in any of that, you know, so we will not be doing that here. Make a long story short, a month or two went by. I continued to get worse and worse. La Caipano vin tourner en pharmacie. Our house became a pharmacy. My dad took me to all doctors. They could never figure out what was going on. All in the same process, he was asking for refuge in the U.S. to get us out of Haiti to get better medical conditions. I ended up getting so bad, I started losing my eyesight, you all. Commencé pa ka wè nan jè m'a bay problem. So my dad ended up talking to the dude. The dude takes me and my dad somewhere. And wherever he took me, my skin started healing. Now, tell you a little bit about my condition. about my condition at the time, y'all, I had lesions all over my body. When I put on my clothes, it would stick to my body. My little pants would stick to me. Le mette rad sou mwen, tellement m'te gen an pile bouton sou mwen, yo te collé sou mwen. Yo collé sou derrière, bouton yo te tout côté. So these lesions, they were everywhere, you all. They would get stuck on my clothes. It would be Bloody Mary to remove my clothes off of me. So when I was getting that bad and it was killing my dad, you know, at that time, okay, in the same process, my dad met a woman, which is the woman I call Mom today. And when she came into my life, she started taking me to all these revivals and praying for me. When we went with the Boo Black, came back, okay, my dad ended up talking to the Boo Black. He takes me somewhere, and miraculously, okay, my skin started healing. But all in the same token, I remember when my mom came into my life, she was telling me about prayer. And I was like, I remember one day like even saying, I didn't believe in God. But croyais dans bon Dieu parce que gardez la vie. Because I look at my life, you know, I was alone. I didn't have I just felt like my life was not who God could live here. There was no God for me. I didn't believe in him. That is exactly why I'm making this video, and I will elaborate more. So after that, now my skin started getting better, but now I started losing my sight. I couldn't see. I woke up, it was like all these pus all over my eyes. I'm highly sensitive to sunlight, allergic to dust. I couldn't go to school. I was shunned in school, placed in the back, isolated. I was shunned by family members. I was shunned by almost everyone that I went around except for my dad, my mom, and my grandfather. And at that time, my mom came into my life. She says, we're going to church, nous pas l'église. Tout côté qui gagne l'église, gagne jeune, c'est là la mène nous. So my mom started taking me to all these different revivals, okay? And we end up going to a revival in the process of me going through it with my eyes. Then me really as a kid saying, you know, I don't care about God. God doesn't exist to me, okay? And I have this lady that come into my life. And all she wants to talk about was God. Celle ça me dit, madame ça voulait parler avec, c'est de bon Dieu, de la prière, et puis m'a regardé le temps pour. Okay, so we go to a revival. Nous allons non jeune. And while we're at this revival, you all, the pastor is preaching. Gon pasteur qui a prié. Et puis pasteur a dit, il y a une dame qui là, il vient un petit qui a un problème âgé. There's a lady in here who brought a kid who has problems with her eyes. And he says, I want you to tell that child to put their hands over their eyes. Vle ou pou di petit la mette men sou jel. Et puis maman me laisse aller garder. Il dit c'est à ou même y a parlé. Et puis dans tête moi m'a dit oh madame ça encore. You know, in my mind, and the preacher says, put your hands, tell that kid to put their hands over their eyes. I'm saying, Jesus again, you know. So I do it. You all, that was my experience with God. That is why from that day forward, I have not had problems with my eyes. As I've gotten older, the normal things happened, but my eyes healed. And from that day, I had a relationship with God which was different. I no longer felt isolated. I no longer cared who shunned me, because I knew that no matter where I was, that somebody was in control of the universe. And no matter how poor I thought I was, no matter how lonely I was, no matter what country I was, that I was special to that person in the universe. I say I'm making this video to tell somebody that in order for you to really, really believe in God, you have to have had an experience with him where he shows you completely who he is. Okay, who he is in your life, what he can do in your life, okay? Once you start trusting God and you start holding him up to his word, Isaiah 55:11, let us know that his word shall not go out and come back void. You got to hold him to his word. Get you a mentor that is grounded. Do not allow what other people around you is doing to steer you from your beliefs. I've been through so much in my life, and I know from my experience with God, even in my madness, I never let him go mentally. I knew he was the ruler of my life. He was who I believed in, and not to ever deny him because of the miracles he had committed in my life. I've traveled paths where I was in a room with a bunch of atheists, Buddhism, Judaism, Muslim, and I'm not belittling anyone else's religion. But I knew that day who had delivered me. I knew who had shown me miracles, and I knew who as a kid let me know that God is alive. So if you watch this video this long, my brother or my sister, I'm here to tell you, ask God to show you who he is, and he will. Spend some time with him, and he will show you who he is. Surround yourself with people that are good, godly people, that when you are weak, they are strong. They will continue to keep pushing for you, keep praying for you. And I believe that today, as I stand in front of this camera, it is mainly because of the prayers of others that God answered their prayers. Because sometimes I felt like I was so far deep in my mess that he had stopped listening. But I knew he never did. He never stopped listening. But the prayers of all these ancestors, ancestors and people interceding for me, lifting me up, had caused a catastrophic miracle to happen for me, to where he always sends angels in my paths. Whatever you're going through, whatever the past may be, family may have mistreated you, friends may have mistreated you, people that you trusted, mom wasn't there, dad wasn't there. I'm going to tell you something. God is there. That's what means the most. Thank you so much for watching this episode. May God bless you. I love you all. Thank you for your support of Life in Haiti. Like always, be kind. Give somebody a compliment, and may God bless you.